Master Celeborn of the School of Illusion and Senator Cardinal Godwin, one of the highest-ranking members of the Clerics faction, appear before you, witnessing Gilmac transform into a facehugger. The Paladins have introduced both of these prominent figures. They have introduced you guys. What do you do?
Uh, well, first and foremost, Cypher is going to remove his hat and drop a formal bow. Gotta butter them up before we start making overtures. Uh,
Godwin
remove his hat,
says,
drop a formal
"There's no
bow.
need, good sirs. We are all equal before the gods. Please, stand up."
I'll put my hat on, straighten out, and nod to Master Celeborn since we've met previously. Same show of respect, and I'll begin introducing myself and my party. I'll let anyone who wants to talk to introduce themselves go ahead and do so, but I'll basically explain to them our history with the Xenomorphs as a
Okay.
whole.
So
How
Cardinal
we
Godwin is before you. Your history, you say. If you want to share your history, please do. And you notice that there's a crowd behind both of these guys trying to get them back into conversation. Time is limited.
All right. Let's be very concise. Uh me and me and my friends here, my comrades, we were the initial contact with these xenomorphs. We were the ones who first discovered them and the threat they posed. We've had a fair number of run-ins with them, uh, successful run-ins, I might add, since we haven't had to bury anyone at least of our party. Well, after these encounters, I've made quite a bit of study in regards to these xenomorphs and possess knowledge of both strengths and weaknesses that they have, and I would like to share these with you so that you might adjust your strategies and thus become a more effective fighting force. Me and my group also have a rather I'd say a plan of sorts that might reward, or might bring about more rewards than having us join the front lines. Uh, I'll let Gilmac. Sorry, I would explain these plans to you, but it seems like we're a bit short on time. I will explain to them the weaknesses of the two. What was it? The xenomorph, the psychic xenomorph that we found, how it was weak to piercing attacks, arrows, pikes, spears,
If you have
weapons of that
weapon on the
nature.
Xenomorphs, please tell that to the other priests. This transformation to a facehugger is indeed extremely startling, but good to know what they look like. Um, as for the statement that you were there when they first discovered these creatures, please tell all of that information to the priests. Tell us where they originated from so that we can get rid of them. They are a danger to our country, and that is why we must, if we are to survive. You have anything you want to say to me? I only have like a minute or so left before I have to leave.
All right. Me and my group have a rather daring plan that we were looking to see if we could get a some confirmation for. We plan to circumvent the main battle once it has begun and attempt to pierce straight into the heartland. Twyrif. We have information that suggests Twyrif has been overtaken and held, occupied, you might say, by the
Hold on,
xenomorphs.
Cypher. Cypher, there's something I must tell this man, something very important. And I'm gonna lean over and say, kind of close to him so my voice doesn't carry. I've recently spent time among some unsavory folks. I've heard rumors that there's a plot to assassinate you, my friend. I would keep a
What
guard
proof do you
present at all
have?
times.
Well, after hearing the
Yeah.
assassination, Cardinal Godwin shoos away some of the other people and it buys you a little bit more time. It buys you 3 minutes.
Um, yeah, okay, so I'm gonna say, forgive me, Cypher, but this is important.
You believe? If you, I'll give him.
What proof do you have that there's an assassination plot against me?
I have no proof whatsoever. Not myself, at least. Perhaps my more educated companions could speak about this. I've only heard rumors. I just wanted to give you a warning and tell you to be on your toes. I would hate to see anything happen to you.
All right. At that,
I
he's going to
would.
cast a spell. It's called Zone of Truth. Do you resist? Yes or no?
No.
Oh wait, he doesn't.
No.
You should have it. You may go ahead and give him that spell. Okay, Zone of Truth is cast. Now, what do you say?
I will present the documentation that I had found, the copy that I made at least, of the plot to assassinate him during this year's dungeon run. I will say that I will speak out just so that he has knowledge of me. I didn't attempt to resist it. I failed to
Yeah, I
save
know. I
willingly,
get you. Yeah, out of character. Yeah, I
and
get it.
I'd say, as best my knowledge, this information is the truth.
Where did you get
As
this
best as I
information
can
from?
discern. A rather nasty fellow named Portobello.
Where is he now?
You recall? Uh, he is fled.
Can you
He
bring
is
him back
fled.
here? We need to verify if this information is true. Even if you believe it's true, you have no way of verifying that the information Portobello provided you is true or not.
I'm gonna ask Cypher, wait, this information wasn't Portobello's information, was it? We just found it in some
Oh yes,
documents at that place, didn't we?
yes, I'm aware. It's not Portobello's.
Yeah,
He simply possessed the
Kilmac, it was
documents
not
himself.
out of character. It's not a note from the camp. These secret documents are hidden in the treasure
Within
trove.
the mines.
Yeah.
The treasure trove of the mines. Yeah.
Look, there's pressing. I gotta go back to these meetings if I'm gonna get these people to help us defend our country. So you only have like a minute left. What do you got here?
Just keep bodyguards by you at all times, unless
Okay.
you don't care about your life. That's all.
I will keep.
And
I always keep bodyguards by me. Don't worry.
be
And,
extra
I
careful
do
during
that.
Give
the
the
run.
takes the information from you, hands it to one of his secretaries, one of his acolytes, and they take a look at it. Is there anything else you'd like to say to me? Cardinal Godwin says.
Just the last thing. Me and my party will be attempting to uh, circumvent the battle lines in an attempt to strike at the main hive mind of these creatures, which we believe must currently be situated in Twyrif. We'd simply like you to know this should the information become relevant in the future.
Okay.
I'll apologize for taking up so much of your time, and we hope to meet at the end of a successful venture.
Gilmac would shapeshift back into his human form.
All right. And at that, Cardinal Godwin will bow to you guys, and he will depart, going back to talking with some of the other adventurers. Caliborn is going to be a bit stupefied with all the things he's heard. He's like, okay, wow, you guys have had quite an adventure. I'd love to put that into a story someday.
We've been pretty busy.
Well,
How things been here, Caliborn?
good,
Imagine.
good. Just getting all the schools of magic ready for the upcoming expedition, leaving tomorrow morning. But I got to get back to it, so
All
there's
right.
nothing else.
See you then.
Okay, with that,
Stay safe.
both of them will leave and go
Safe.
back to talking with the other prominent people. The paladins will is there beside you. Okay.
All right.
So is our plan to leave ahead of the caravan with them and make our way today?
That's exactly what Wolf would recommend.
Yes. Basically, we leave beforehand and wait until we have until they engage the Xenomorphs. So as to use them as a distraction. Otherwise, like say now we attempt to sneak by before they've arrived. We'd be the only thing for them to discover, right? There'd be only one strange thing going on, which would be us, which is less than ideal.
Right.
So we sneak out ahead of them, get in position, perhaps in the woods just outside of Red Larch, maybe, and or perhaps in that mountainous region we've seen to the east, I believe. and we wait for them to engage the Xenomorphs to draw their attention before we move forwards to Twyriff.
I don't think we know exactly where along the road between Red Larch and Twyriff that they were stopped, do we?
No.
You do
You
not.
see, we don't. However, I can have my homunculus observe the column of soldiers from afar and move to inform us once battle has been joined. It would take the better part of maybe half a day. The homunculus is immune to the exhausted condition. It can fly forever. So the only question is how recent our data would be. The
How,
reason I suggest going ahead is because,
how smart is the
like, once
homunculus? How smart is the homunculus? And then is there a tether? Is there like a range?
there is no upper range of how far I can send it. And let's see, how smart is the homunculus servant?
No,
Yeah,
it's
no,
super
can you
smart.
communicate with the homunculus?
I mean, I can communicate with it. It's not psychic though. There's no psychic communication.
Okay, so you'd have to be verbal. So he's an
Pretty
intelligence 10.
pretty much.
So I'm going to say that, yeah, he can scout ahead. He can probably identify the army, and he'll come back to you. It'd be hard to find you. There's no way of spotting you in the forest. So,
Skywrite.
skywrite. So you're going to
I can use
skywrite
skywrite.
ritually, like
No, no,
every
skywrite
day?
would actually give away our location. It might be a little difficult, yeah, for the homunculus to spot me. Let's see.
It's a tough, it's a challenge.
Hold on a second. There might be a spell I have that can.
Back in my day, we used smoke signals for this.
I mean, if I needed to, I could project a 40-foot tall cylinder of moonlight in the sky.
Lol.
But what would that signify?
I
The
mean,
problem
it's just
with
up
those
to,
methods,
yeah, it attracts everything.
exactly. Smoke signals, skywrite. Skywrite would by far be the worst option, though. Skywrite is visible for several dozen, if not 100 miles, depending on visibility. So, that's not. I can't do that. It would. There'd be no point to trying to do this as a stealth mission.
The
Is
thing I
the
don't
goal for
understand is
him to return to us, or for us to find it?
The goal basically is for it would need to return to us to inform us that battle has started, that they've started a combat, and so we are free to move. Let's see.
and is it supposed to communicate with us like R2D2 or something? Like
No,
keeps
it
words and
understands all the languages I speak, and I can use it can't speak to anyone else because it's I believe. Let's see. Let's read this. Understands the languages you speak. Yep. I'm not sure how if it can speak to anyone else. It doesn't say anything about that, but I can communicate with it at least as long as I can see it using thieves' cant, the hand signs.
All right.
Oh.
Party
Uh,
navigator, please discuss with the party leader and
I
talk
have
about
an
what you want to
idea.
do. What was that?
If the goal is for the homunculus to scout and then send back a message, I could cast locate object on something, put it with it. I'll know any direction that it's moving as long as it's within 1,000 feet of me whenever I cast it. So you can go and send it off and give it a set of directions to move to go and pass on a message for whenever the fight starts.
Yeah, how would the bird find you?
Locate object.
Yeah, I'd cast it on any object that I've been within 30 feet of, so it could just be a single gold coin that I can hand to the homunculus.
Okay,
As long
no,
as it's
yeah.
within.
So you see in the sky in the distance, there's the bird. The bird doesn't see you. How does the bird find you?
Hold on a sec. if we hold on, if we move ahead of the party, sorry, if we maintain our position in the forest at like a cave or a campsite, and we simply send the homunculus to the road because the road is a fixed position from there, all it would have to do is return to the original spot.
Huh. Yeah, that sounds good. You could send him out at night. Does he have dark vision?
Let's see. Yep, dark vision 60 feet.
Okay. So yeah, there you go. You can send him out at night, and he'll come back to you guys, and you can do the locate object to, identify when the bird's coming back. Sounds good. Good plan. Well done. For your social encounter and your problem-solving ability, each person will get 1,300 EXP.
Righty.
All right. Party navigator, party leader. When you're ready, let me know what you do.
Got it.
Well, we have to make our way at least to Red Larch.
Yeah. So, we will head to Red Larch.
Okay.
Alert though I may seem, the past few days have been a blur for me. That alcohol we rescued from your ship has not been helpful to my mind, I fear. We are en route to Twyrif eventually to combat the Xenomorphs, is this correct?
Yes.
What is this army you speak of?
Senator Hannibal's army and the militia of adventurers being gathered, being brought together by Senator Cardinal Godwin.
To Twyrif.
They will be battling along the road from Red Larch to Twyrif as the Xenomorphs joined the battle with Senator Hannibal there. I believe that is where they are currently holding the line, if not being routed. So,
Very well. I will follow your lead. Carry on.
Okay. You go back. Do you take the road?
Yeah, we'll be taking the road traveled from City of Glass to Red Larch.
Yeah, he's taking the road. The farms, the beautiful scenery, the golden wheat fields are still there on the left and right hand side. Travel
Wouldn't it
along the
be
road.
quicker to
It's
cut
still
through
pretty
the
peaceful.
fields?
You make it all the way to Red Larch. It's okay. Seems to be a few more guards around this time. And yeah, everything is uneventful here. You've made it to Red Larch successfully.
Can we see if we can locate Samwise?
Yep, you get to Samwise' house. He's still there. He's tending to his garden.
All right, yeah, we should. I would like to talk to him because his daughter asked us to relay a message to him that she would like him to join her with the elves. He should at least know of her wishes.
Okay. So,
I will
yeah.
also deliver the letter.
I have the
whoever-
letter, excuse me.
All right, so Samwise in front of you. He's waving at you as he sees you.
Cider
Friends, what brings you here?
Cypher tries to pull the letter out of my pocket. I put a gauntleted hand on his and say, "Stop this at once. I'm quite capable of delivering this letter. She gave it to me, you know." I'm going to tromp up to Samwise, withdraw the letter, and hold it out to him. "This is from your daughter."
Oh, wow, this is amazing. You found her. Where is she?
Down south with the. Would we out of character? Would we know the name of their country, or would they just be the? Would
They
we
don't
just
even.
refer to
Yeah,
them
they
as
don't. I mean, the home of the widows. They don't really. They didn't tell you their country's name.
She is an
well, then I'll
elven
definitely
country.
refer to them.
Oh.
Yep.
She is quite safe, I assure you. The reason she has not left is they're quite safeguarded, and if she left, she would not be allowed back into the ranks.
Okay. Well, that is no. She should choose family over a stranger's. So she's in the home of the wood elves, and then he kind of brings out a map quickly from his house. Over here, he gestures toward the wood elf area. You should bring her home. Bring her home.
I'm afraid that children will do as they please. You see, Samwise, when I was her age, I left my own family to go soldiering, and I never returned.
Well, she should return to her family. She only has one family, and they're not the Wood Elves. The Wood Elves would not take care of her as much as we would. She should return home. Can you please
She
convince
is
her of that?
quite strong and capable. I think she takes care of them as much as they take care of her.
I don't know how much a halfling girl could take care of a whole colony or country of Wood Elves. This is
She
ridiculous.
scouts them.
Have you
She is
seen
as
those Xenomorphs? Have you seen the monsters out there? I don't think you can guarantee her safety in the Wood Elves. Bring her home.
Frankly, Samwise, I highly doubt that there could be any guaranteed safety here.
I can guarantee you that I will keep them safe. I am her father.
But did you just not say how skilled those
You're
Wood
a
Elves
fool.
are?
I have
And
resources. I have a trade caravan. They don't even care about anyone else in Vengeance. These Wood Elves I know from the rumors are xenophobic. They don't care about foreigners, they don't care about strangers, and they're not going to care about my daughter. I want you to bring
she's
her
one
home.
of them now, Samwise.
She's one of them. She's a halfling, and they don't care about foreigners.
Sam,
I'll put a hand on Remy's shoulder. He's a father. He's a father missing his daughter. I highly doubt there's anything we could say to convince him that she this is a decision that she's made.
In the coming weeks, I want you to escort me to the Wood Elves' home so I can talk to her and bring her home.
No can do. I'm afraid that's too dangerous.
In the
There's
coming
nothing you
weeks,
could say. Nothing you could say would persuade me to do this. For your own safety, my friend.
do I need to hire someone? Some strangers to bring me to help my daughter come home?
Perhaps we could arrange
I'll
to
talk to
escort you on such a mission, but I think we are busy at the moment. Is that right,
Yeah,
Cypher?
in a couple of weeks, maybe when my children, my mischievous children, want to go on their adventure to Fandor, I will go with them, at least to the City of Glass, to get my daughter and bring her home. I mean, this is ridiculous. She's stuck out there with Wood Elves in a time, and it would be okay if there wasn't a disaster going on. If an entire
At least-
city called Twyrif was just like wiped from the face of the earth, people killed by the thousands. I mean, this
At
is
least read
insane.
her letter. At least read what she has to say, Samwise.
Oh, I will,
that
I
will.
will. But this is ridiculous, okay? You told me that you would bring her home. Her home.
I told you that I would find her, and she seemed quite capable and an independent person who can make her own decisions.
Unfortunately, Samwise, while I did promise that if I could find her, I would attempt to return her to you, I'm not in the habit of kidnapping. Anything we
Kidnapping.
could do, yeah, anything we could do at this point to attempt to return her to you would fall squarely under that role, unless she herself had decided to return of her own volition, which I assure you she is fully capable of making that choice if she so desired. She is simply, what's the term one would use? Expanding her horizons. Think of it like a school trip. So a research expedition that one would make if they were a scholar of a magic tower.
Well,
Okay.
it was nice chatting with you, Samwise.
All right. Well, thank you for telling me this. This was a very, wow, it's been missing for so many years. But okay. Okay.
At least you know she's well.
Good luck with your adventure, and yes, thank you for telling me this. Now at least I know that she's okay, that she's alive.
I'll nod my head. All right, we best gotta move on. Can't stop by for too long.
All right. And as you guys are walking away, you see Sam was, when you got there, Sam was gardening. Now he's he's just standing stupefied, stunned.
I say to my companions, he'll be fine. After I had been gone for a couple of years, my father just had another son, and they ended up being happy without me, at least last I saw them.
That isn't very healthy, Remy.
All
We
right.
need to get you. We need to get you to
Wow.
talk to a therapist.
All right. Another 800 EXP for everybody. Now,
Uh,
party leader, party navigator. What are you gonna do? You know,
All right.
army from the city of glass is probably marching on the road to Red Larch.
So
Hold
we
on.
haven't seen them come through yet, have we?
Not yet.
And if we continue on this road, I'm a little hesitant about the plan. So if we
Oh, we're
want
not
them
continuing
to
on the road.
find, we're just gonna wait in Red Larch.
Not in
Cool.
Red Larch per se. I'd suggest we head out east. I think just to the area just north of the mines that we requisitioned, and wait there.
Oh, all right. I
Once
mean, wouldn't
battle has
it
been
wouldn't
joined,
it be much easier to just follow them and wait until they fight and then circumvent the battle?
if we did that, we would be in the area of highest activity, and leaving said area would be very difficult. I anticipate us needing to fight our way out. Um, if that's fine with you guys, then we can always follow the column. But if we want to do this as stealthily as possible, we this is pretty much the only method.
All right. Yeah, I was just curious if I didn't know what the perceived danger would be of that. So
Who is paying us to fight these creatures, might I ask?
Not
nobody.
a payment thing. It's more of a this is going to ruin the economy if it goes any further thing. If they destroy Red Larch with as the breadbasket of the area, we might be looking at famines or worse, given that both the north land travel between the north and the south will pretty much be cut off.
Question.
Nonetheless, there is a paid army assisting us, no doubt. Why are we not being paid as well?
Oh, I
Remi-
see. I see what it is.
Remission.
Uh,
Here's the thing. This so-called army that the Cardinal has basically assembled. We weren't welcome. We weren't allowed to join them. During our meeting that we just had, we told them that we have other plans to help, but it's not going to be on the front lines with them.
yeah.
That's fine by me. Front
to
lines
be
is a place
paid?
for paid men.
That is true. But basically, to be paid, we'd have to be part of the personal retinue and not just a volunteer. And the people within that retinue were minimum level 10 adventurers.
What is this level you speak of?
No clue. I'm just repeating what I spoke. No, I'm just repeating what they spoke to me.
Very well.
I
Well, you are my companions, and I would like to see you remain alive. And so wherever you go, I will follow you.
And we were not
Hey,
invited to join them.
I'll nudge him, and at the very least, this gives us another shot at that cache of magic items hidden by Diana.
All right.
My eyes glare at that. I've forgotten.
Gilmac, where are you going? Where's the party going?
I guess we're heading just north. Yeah, just north of our mine.
Just north of the mine. Okay, you guys go over there. And this place isn't too bad yet. There's a few monsters, a few goblins and stuff. But as soon as they see you, they back off. They're chicken. They're scared of you guys for good reason. But yeah, the army arrives at Red Larch, and you guys can feel free to wait for them to go up the road. Do you do that?
Yes.
I thought the plan was to
Or at
get
least
to
that's my vote.
Twyrif before the army attacked.
No. Our plan was to have them engage the enemy first, then head to Twyrif and come back if there is a job left to finish.
Yeah, that's the new plan. That's not the plan we discussed during our downtime.
All right, so tell me what you do. The army's marching past Red Larch.
I mean, my vote's to wait.
We're spying on them, right?
Yep.
With the homunculus.
It just follows them around, and once battle. All right. Continue.
Yeah, Homunculus sees this large army, some of the adventurers in the army with Cardinal Godwin in the middle, going down the road into the forest, and then they, go into the forest. At that point, it's going to be a long distance, right? So it's going to take, I don't know how long the homunculus can do this, but it's going to take like 30 miles per day. So it's like 2 days. It's like a day and a half to get there, a day and a half to get back. So it's going to take a while.
Yeah.
And
Oh, so
honestly,
army
as
passes?
soon as the homunculus gets back from Red Larch, we should probably head out just so we can keep pace with him.
Yeah, but just not along the road. We'd head like north. Would we go like here? I don't think it would be safe to continue deeper into the mountains. But if that's the case, if we vote for that, we could pretty much bypass the battle entirely and just head straight to Twyriff.
We did visit the Dryad's home at one point. We know where that's at, and we know how to get to Twyriff from there.
Yes, you do.
That's true.
Just don't know how to get through the mountains. So it'd be
Right.
trekking a new path.
I say fuck it. Let's go for it.
I mean, because otherwise, if we're gonna lose 2 days' time just by waiting for the
Message
homunculus to
from-
get back to us, then whatever information gets back to us could be irrelevant by the time we get.
Honestly, yeah, it's all right then. Once the army passes through Red Larch and we're sure that they're on the road, we'll head to moving.
Yeah.
So is the
Go, Mac, where you going?
contestants Dryad home and then Twyriff?
What does everybody think about that? Going towards the Dryads and seeing if they are still alive?
Could be dangerous, but what if the homunculus was eaten by a hawk? I think we'd better do this ourselves rather than relying on a small creature like that.
I think the homunculus would win that fight, but yeah, that is a that is a valid concern.
Don't
I
have
made
a
a-
whole lot of faith in your machines and science.
I made a promise to the Dryads, and I think I told them that if there was any plans to try to develop their land, that I would do everything I could to stop it, or at least dissuade them from doing so. So I would like to go check in on them if we're heading that way, anyways.
All right, I have no qualms with this.
So Gilmac, do you go straight toward the Dryad's home, or what do you do? Do you go toward the north? Or?
Well, no, I think we should try to avoid the road. I think we should. Do you guys want to just travel through the mountains?
I have no problems with that plan.
Personally, I'm more familiar with wooded terrain, and I find it much more pleasing to my horse and myself. I would rather skirt the base of the mountains in the forest until we get to the close part to around here. Well, until we have to cross the mountains, I'd rather avoid it. Mountainous travel is often only half as fast as travel on flatlands, in my experience.
So you're thinking from here and then to here?
If you must visit the Dryads, then perhaps we could, I'll point on the map, we could do it like this. But personally, I'd rather take the path that avoids the mountains altogether until necessary.
Yeah, we know how to get from Twyriff to the Dryads.
Oh, in that case, well, I suppose 1 day's travel through mountains might not be bad. I would rather half our mountainous travel, though, if possible. Although, I'm not sure if it would make a difference. I admit, I'm no wilderness navigator. Gilmac, you have a connection with nature.
Yeah,
And perhaps you as well, Wolf. I'll trust you to it.
We could do this to here, and then here.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
that seems.
All right, got it. Okay, Gilmac has spoken. So you guys navigate there, and once you get to the base of the mountains are pretty tall, pretty large, and normally it'd be tough just to like climb it normally, but with a horse, trying to find a path that suits a horse, really, really tough. So I'm gonna need a survival check from someone.
Let's see who has the best survival.
If no one's better, I'll do it. But I admit, it's not my best score.
Somebody
Guys,
give me
please don't
guidance.
mention the
I have-
numbers. Don't mention the numbers, guys.
No, I wasn't even gonna go with guidance. Let's throw an enhance abilities on that. 'Cause that is why I was
Oh, for
getting
sure.
it prepared.
Give it to
I'm no
Gilmac.
expert at tracking. I admit my experience is limited. I want to view better at finding paths through the wilderness.
Okay, so it would be enhance ability, and I mean we have a druid with us.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll lead the way.
I
That would
presume
be
the
with
druid
advantage,
will
by the
lead the
way.
way.
Somebody, was it
Yeah,
Kenneth
Owl's
enhanced
was
ability?
yeah. Kenneth's throwing a enhance abilities on that, so Owl's wisdom advantage.
All right, so 21.
21.
Are you muted?
That with 21, you can find a path that leads into the mountains, but you don't know if it will make it all the way. And you also know that the horse is going to have a hard time squeezing through.
Well, to be
If I
honest, I would rather take the
trails.
flatlands, but if you insist, we will do our best.
I don't necessarily insist, but I mean, if we're trying to avoid the Xenomorph battle at all cost, before they're engaged by the Cardinal's army.
That
That's
was
the only reason I
original plan.
suggested this.
By the way, are we traveling with a wagon currently, or am I the only one who
No.
has a horse?
We are not traveling with the wagon. I got rid of that back when we first considered going through the wilderness of the Wood Elf's home. It's with Anna right now. All we have is your horse. No dead weight.
None of you have a spell that could allow my horse to fly, perhaps, do you?
How heavy is your horse?
I don't know, probably about 1,000 pounds. Maybe more,
Ooh.
maybe less.
Yeah, so the horse weight would be, you know, guys.
Yeah, 1,000 pounds is
Yeah, 1,000
average.
pounds, 900 pounds. It'd be tough. It's a war
All
horse.
right, let's see here.
It's actually a riding horse,
Oh,
technically.
riding horse. Let's lay 900 then. We'll go on the lower side. 800. 900, 800.
Well, max I could do is 500.
Yeah.
I've got both. I've got floating disc probably wouldn't even fully hold it. So I've got levitates, but that only goes up to 500 pounds.
Yeah, so you have a choice. Do you proceed on the
Yeah.
path that will for sure be able to accommodate
Hold on a second.
people, but it might not accommodate the horse.
If I have to leave this horse behind, perhaps you will owe me 75 gold pieces.
We can do that. I can manage that. As long as you're not too good connected to that horse.
I mean,
Well,
we
you know-
haven't left, right? We got some people at the mines. Maybe it's just the mine horse now.
This horse has been with me through thick and thin recently. However, I'm not sentimental.
If I give the horse jump, would it be able to jump over the squeeze areas?
You could jump over the
Perhaps.
squeeze area
I could assist it.
onto some sharp rocks, maybe.
Or off the side of the cliff.
Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? How long does this last? How long does this last?
Reduce and enlarge?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
With that creativity, reduce and enlarge, you shall succeed.
Yeah.
Wow.
Breaking the horse through, you gain 1 point of inspiration that you can give to someone else if you want, Gilmac. And yeah, you will make it to the Dryad's home unimpeded. Due to your creativity, each person will get 600 EXP.
Yeah, the inspiration, I'll send it to Sleepy Dragon then.
Sleepy Dragon, inspiration. There you go. You arrive at the home of the Dryads. It's just as it was before. There are Dryads there enjoying grapes, different berries, strawberries. You know, they are kind of some of you guys they haven't met. Some of you guys they have. So they are going to decide to be on the friendly side, and one of them are going to be out there to greet you with a basket of fruit.
Gilmac would approach and let them let them speak first, but he would like to converse with them just a little bit about the promise he made.
The fruit is poisoned.
Yes,
All right,
yes,
Wolf
Gilmer.
ain't eating the fruit.
Welcome. Have you come? Yes. Is there plans for evil people from beyond the mountains to harm and take our home away from us?
No, there is not. I'm happy to tell you. But I have a question for you. Have you seen any monsters, foreign, almost alien-looking monsters, in these parts?
Yes, we have. Many
Have you?
monsters to the north, some to the northwest, a few to the northeast.
Interesting. Okay. And they have not invaded your lands quite yet?
Nope, they have not.
Well,
They
that's
haven't
good.
even noticed us. We just
Well, that's
go
really good.
become a tree.
They
Indeed, it seems they seek warm bodies and living people to act as hosts. Perhaps these creatures would not even be of interest to them.
well, that's good. Well, we're on our way passing through, and I wanted to come and check on you.
Well, thank you for checking in on us. And perhaps one day there are these. We don't trade any medicines or fruits anymore with people. So maybe you would like to come over here one day and help us build a little farm, a little vegetable garden, a fruit garden, a medicinal garden. And we'll share these bountiful fruits with everybody. She's like
I may do
seductively
that.
like touches you a little bit. You know how dryads are.
Yeah.
Say, have you ever heard of a turtle druid named Portobello?
Good
Someone roll a
question.
d20, please.
Haha, I'm the first. 12.
No, I haven't.
That is fine, just thought I'd ask. Well, good day, it was nice meeting you again.
Okay. And if you guys want to leave, tell me where you
Mhm.
go.
We
I assume we have a mission.
I know the plan changed a little bit, but our destination has not changed, correct?
No, we're still heading for the shrine first and foremost. Hold on a second. Okay, we're not gonna need web.
What's going on?
What do you guys do now?
I think we're going to Twyrith via the path, right? The path that we already took before to get to the Druid Grove.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Correct.
All right. So you take the path from the Dryad's home, and as you guys, are going down that path, you hear a faint echo in the distance. It looks like it's coming from the east, at the base of the mountains. There's the mountains, and then there's the mountains with the forest, right? There's like a timberline ridge. So you hear a faint echo in the distance. It sounds like the ringing of steel and splintering of wood. There are faint shouts of men, but the long distance makes it impossible for you to identify what you are hearing. Now, this is not some really distant battle that's echoing. This is like, if you travel there, you'll actually come down to the battle.
A battle! How exciting! Let us make haste and witness it. Perhaps there are men in need of our aid who would be grateful to us when we save them.
So, party leader, please discuss with others on if you should investigate, and then, party navigator, party tactician.
All right. I say we. I'm not. I'm not saying we should join the battle. We should, however, investigate. I'd rather not just move blindly forward.
I'm
Yeah.
already riding towards it on my horse.
Mm-hmm.
You're a small horse.
Yeah. Oh, I thought the horse was resized after I didn't know
It's
we were
still in the
still in that
mountains, my boy.
situation. Gotcha.
No horsey for you.
Release my horse! This ground, wait, is the ground we're on, like, are we in, like, a slope right now, or are we on
It's
kind of
still
an
a bit
more
mountainous,
open?
but the area that you're traveling into, the places that there might be a battle, is a bit more flat, so you could use your horse there.
End this spell at once. I must ride. They may need my help. I could win favor with the winning side.
We know
I
who the
don't.
Wasn't the plan to get to the city and get these trinkets of yours before we start fighting crap?
Are you not
I
eager
want to
for
be
a
there
battle?
fighting something.
I know men like you. Surely you would love to engage in a good fight.
Indeed, but
The plan is the plan.
the horse is no longer small. It's definitely long past that size change.
Cool. Just before to make that decision, let's see. Monk. Yep, homunculus scout. You said it's close by, right? It's not many, like a couple of days away.
Yes, it's close
Is it
by.
close by scout? All right, I'll send the homunculus up into the air to report on what it sees.
And I'm
if
going
we
with them.
join
I'm
this
riding.
fight, we lose the idea of surprise.
We do, Remy. I would hold on. We've come this far. If we lose the advantage now, we might as well have just walked with the column of soldiers straight for the place.
My friends, we're still more than a day's journey, perhaps, from Twyrif. We are not there. We are missing out on an
That's the
opportunity.
problem. See, that's the problem. We are too far from Twyrif to engage in this fight if it's against the Xenomorphs, and still, have time to act before defenses are put into preparation for our arrival.
Wait behind, then. I shall investigate, and I'm going to ride towards the battle.
All right.
That was what the homunculus was for.
I'm gonna show you guys what you see here in a sec. Give me a sec here. It's a little bit.
I'm not trusting no homunculus could be hit by a stray arrow.
Yeah, I'm not opposed to
Brainies in the
climbing up onto the
journey.
mountain and looking down upon and see what we can see from above.
Paladins.
About what time of day did we find this fighting?
Yeah, I'm gonna say that this time of day was around maybe noon.
Oh, mm,
So
also, can I just say that I'll cast Find Steed to go and create mine and just go along with Remy?
sure. You want a steed? Find steed. What kind of horse is it?
He gets a warhorse.
It's whatever that picture of Willow was. It's a weird horse, deer,
A war
celestial
horse,
hybrid.
pony, camel, elk, or mastiff. So I'm guessing for the thing war horse, I just went with creating a random picture that fit with it being classified as Fey.
Okay. Got it. Let me I'll add a war
Shit.
horse. I'll give a war horse to you. I'll put that on the field. There you go. All right. So, in a clearing, you see, and they haven't noticed you, in a clearing, you see a squad of paladins surrounded on all sides by xenomorphs. At the feet of the paladins are the bloody bodies of decapitated soldiers. The paladins are exhausted and battered. Some of them breathe heavily and clutch at bloody wounds beneath their armor. The xenomorphs are circling the remaining survivors, getting ready for the kill. The xenomorphs are lightly wounded and quick on their feet. They have not noticed you or your companions. You are a great distance away. You're not this close.
All right. I'm gonna shout as soon as I see them. I'm gonna
Wait a second. Let me bring in the party. Who's the tactician?
That'd be Kenneth.
Kenneth. All right. So Kenneth, this is kind of your moment to shine. Please discuss with others on what a potential plan is for a combat encounter. The battle is going on right now. They're circling, so you're on a time limit to discuss.
Well, we got one in between us and the guys who are on the ground. If we can at least use them to form a defensive line and use our own 2 tanks to shore up the sides, we might actually be able to get them back in the fight too. Make this a lot easier on ourselves.
While that is a very good plan, my experience with the 2 on the farthest corner of combat means any melee forces we have should focus them immediately. They have the I will be very honest with you. From the last experience, they given how injured the paladins are and how powerful they are, they could down them in 2 to 3 turns. If we are joining the fray, which I am considering now that I notice that these are paladins,
it would take you 1 turn to get onto the battlefield. So from where you're running.
I'm aware.
So when you guys start the battle, they're going to start 1 battle of combat before you guys even arrive. And then when you guys arrive, you start at the edge.
Permission to speak, sire.
Who
I
are
am
you
not
talking to?
sire. Speak as you
I'm
will.
talking to our tactician who
Oh,
has to
okay.
make the plan, I guess, and I can't talk unless it's permitted by him.
Tactician, go ahead. What are you doing?
What's your plan?
We have to help them. They're paladins. If we get in their good graces, that could mean good things for us. Those brain eaters nearly killed me single-handedly within a few seconds last time we fought them. We absolutely must take them out. Cypher is right. On horseback, we should circle around and attack them directly. We should bring them down as soon as possible. After that, I would recommend taking out the dreadnought. Its area attacks will prove fatal. The drones should be left to the last. They're less dangerous and less powerful.
Drek, do you think you can rush the back line? Those back 2 with Remishton and see if you can get them down as quickly as possible. I'll aid you from a distance and try and draw the attention of the other one.
Absolutely. Would it be better if one of us took each one, or should me and Remy both attack the same one?
Focus fire. It is foolishness to split up. We must take one down as soon as possible and then take down the other. If you have a lance, that is ideal. They're vulnerable to piercing damage.
Which one do you think you 2 have the clear shot at? Just go with the one you think you can close the distance on fastest.
We'll attack from the north. That one is closer to us.
Remishton. And he'll go ahead and slap your horse on the ass. Go ahead and get advantage on that initiative roll.
Is
Excellent.
it possible for Wolf to hang on to the stirrups of one of the horses?
All right.
If my horse can support Wolf, I would. He could ride behind me if there's enough room for both of us on a horse.
All right. Everybody roll initiative,
I
please.
will slap, just before we begin combat, I will slap a long strider on Wolf. So your speed increases by 10 feet for an hour. Let me actually target you with that. Oh wait, we're already... never mind then. Already in combat. Let's roll. Oh my. Wow, what an awful roll.
All right. Beginning combat.
Come on, Nicholas. I know they're on horses, but you should be able to keep up.
And can we
Probably.
start up in the upper left corner instead of the bottom left
No,
corner?
you cannot
Because-
start over
okay.
there. Unless, of course, you want to sacrifice 2 turns to reposition
Okay, never mind.
yourselves.
We're here. Very good.
So, drone comes over here.
Ooh. These paladins might go down before we can even...
Yeah, there's
With
a
the
good
horses,
chance
we
that
get
these guys
60
are
feet
already
of
dead.
movement, right?
So. If a good thing Dark Wolf wasn't the tactical or the leader.
Is there a way to get rid of the big bar of pictures at the top of the screen?
Yeah, you can
Doesn't
click the
minimize.
combat carousel bottom. It's like left-hand side. It seems like a
Oh,
circle.
thank you. Hell yeah, I appreciate it.
You can also resize it and move it.
That's weird. Where are my...
Goes over
Are these
here.
paladins taking turns?
They are. They're just not up yet. Oh,
Paladins
whoops!
have
Whoops! A
Oh,
second.
yeah.
healed.
Oh, this guy hasn't. It's not his turn. Let's see. Paladin's turn. All right. This guy is gonna.
Question. I can't see my...
Oh yeah, I see. I missed the initiative tracker order. My bad.
He should be over here. Oh, I guess he hit him. I guess he hit the prowler by mistake. These guys aren't that intelligent. That happens. Or maybe it was intentional.
Betrayal in the Xenomorphs.
Oof.
Where is my combat HUD? Oh.
So we're gonna have to pass right next to the dreadnought to get around to the mind eaters, brain eaters.
You could go the other route.
Yeah, going for the other one might be the better option here. Because
Trust
you can
me, our horses
just
are fast.
focus
We can make it past it.
All right.
All right. And
Wouldn't
with
the horses
wait a
be-
second. One of the brain eaters is not in combat, is he? Oh no.
No, they're both in
I
there.
see
Why,
two.
why did it?
in
Why
the
did it not
tracker.
do that one?
It's under Nicholas. Got a 2.
All right, we skipped that one. Yeah, we skipped one paladin. And we skipped one paladin. We skipped one of the brain eaters.
I'm sure it's fine. Paladin doesn't need to go, neither does the Brain Eater.
Especially not the brain eater.
Yeah, especially not the Brain Eater.
And I'm assuming the horses would be at
No,
a full
Paladin
gallop
actually-
at this point.
Paladin actually went. Okay, so it's just the brain eater that I skipped. All right. What the heck is going on? I hate
Paladin
when
needs
it
a-
does this. The HUD isn't showing up anymore.
So as we watch, the paladins aren't really fighting back. They're just focusing on healing themselves. Is that right?
Yeah, some of them are because they're healing themselves, preparing for something. But give me a sec here. Why is this not working? Same problem as before. Whatever. Now, if you would rather the paladins be striking the
No, no.
drones,
They
or
can do it whatever is a good idea for them. I didn't mean it that way.
yeah, if you want them, they can be splashed with acid.
That's true. It would splash them with acid.
All right, now
One paladin's already near death. Whew.
The drone.
All right.
The HUD is showing up for you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Not for me.
Not for you. Something happened. Something weird happened.
I think if you click
Probably when
combat,
I was.
are you talking about the combat carousel? Or is it something
No, I'm
else?
talking about the HUD.
Oh,
Something weird
the
happened.
combat hut. It's
Yeah.
probably because I added the pearl to my tools. If
Oh my god,
like
that's
when that thing happened with the guild agent badge.
yeah. That's